Distracting video in the background. That's always best for the viewership. Oh,
It's great.
That's great. Was that Selena or something? Yeah, pretty good, eh? I know my Selena on video.
Video and DVD.
All right, so we are on. This is, I believe we're on. This is the Collectors. We're returning after a big hiatus or something. I don't know. It's been a while, but very happy to be back. Happy if you guys can join us. Don't forget to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, because the Collectors is what you want. You want more of it. So this is a big show too. We're going to do our, I hope we're going to go through our White Album cut down list where we cut that double album down to one.
We're doing that today?
I thought we were waiting for Duke. That's what when I saw Duke's not ready, I thought, well, I guess that's not happening.
We can totally wait too. I got so much stuff.
Screw it. Let's do it. Do you want to do it, Kevin?
I can, I think.
Bill, you finally have your list? You didn't leave it at work?
No, I did, but then I remembered to bring it. It's there. And then I lost it at home. It was a huge drama today finding this. A lot of yelling at kids. What did you do with my garbage I left lying around? And then I found it.
Let's do it. Duke can throw his in later at a later date.
Yeah, for sure. As can the listener, the viewership. They can put their own list together if they want and tweet at us or put it in the chat, whatever they want to do. But besides that, I got like pickups like crazy still. Like there was stuff from the summer we haven't gotten to yet. So all kinds of stuff to look through. I got something really weird to show you guys. It's kind of exciting. And music, books, video games, cassettes. Yes, I got the whole gambit for you guys. What do you guys got?
Did you say gambit?
Gambit, whole gambit.
Gambit with a B.
Whole gamut?
I think it's gamut.
Okay, there we go. Whew. Close call. He was almost going to make fun of me, but he let me correct it.
It's been a while. When was the last time we did a Collectors?
Summer.
Was it in the summer? We didn't do one in like October or September?
No, I don't think so. No, I still have summer stuff here, so
that's crazy. Cray.
I don't think so. Yeah. Well, hey, I'm being rude. I should actually introduce everyone. Of course, I'm Bill. I'll be your moderator for this little event. With me, as always, I got my good buddy Kevin here. He is fresh from his big move. He's moved up to the far north of Canada. Far north. So he's somehow getting an internet signal to his igloo up in Canada. It's good to see you, Kevin.
Yes, this is all snow.
Yeah.
One big giant slice of snow. Great.
Good. And we're lucky to have my friend Curtis join us.
Glad to be here.
You're back from a big trip, aren't you?
Yeah, I was just in London for a week.
Look at this guy.
Jolly old England.
God damn it.
Where
flying
I
around.
Some pickups to show.
Oh, that'll be exciting.
How about that?
Can't wait to show that. Cool. Yeah. All right. And thanks everyone for joining us in the chat. Be sure to say hi and play along with us and keep us going. Keep us honest in the chat. We have Emily here, so it's good to see her. Ooh, Dylan fan. Do you notice Curtis is wearing a very Bob Dylan, at least from here up, very Bob Dylan shirt with the polka dots.
Have I swearing it? Like,
and then he ruined it.
I can see
polka
Bob
dots was
that.
very Bob, but then great shirt nonetheless, Curtis. Good work.
Thank you.
So yeah, last we talked to Kevin, he was living down here in the warm climate of Ontario, and now he's packed up and moved, and he's all set up in his new home in the far north. Kevin, how is any reports, any updates on that? How's life up there?
Good.
Living large, right? You're back with your family, friends. Kevin's going out every night, closing the bars.
I wouldn't say I'm going out every night, but I've definitely upped my social game, if you will. I mean, even the other night, you guys were doing a live stream with the Cartridge Club, doing that whole charity thing, and I gapped like 90% of it. Well, because the Saturday night I went to see a Black Sabbath cover band. And I meant to jump back on the Sunday, but I was busy recovering that I totally gaffed the whole thing. I'm like, oh yeah, that I was supposed to jump on again and donate money and stuff, but yeah, I didn't. But I got the important stuff. I saw Sean P1 do a little bit of his stream there on Friday night, and then I got up like super early at like 4 a.m. to see Kyle do his stream. And he had a nice little contest going where if you donated some money, you'd be put into a draw to for like a gift card for Steam or Xbox or yeah. I was lucky enough to win because I was the only person that donated money during his entire entire stream. So that made me feel pretty good to help him out. So.
Wow, that's crazy. You missed the headline act of the stream, which was Q Dog Show.
Well, yeah, I knew that was coming because
Saturday night. Sorry.
Yeah, it was Saturday night, and yeah, I was out. I didn't have time to spend with my online friends. I was out with some offline friends. I know.
That's stupid.
Going out and experiencing life and whatnot. It was something else, though. The Black Sabbath tribute band. It was an amazing drummer, an amazing bassist, and I think the guy that was playing guitar and singing was like their friend or something that they just kind of, I don't know, want him to experience being on stage or something because he was. I mean, I could play better than him, and I'm terrible, And granted he was singing at the same time, but I mean, he was doing like weird things, like when the solo would come in, he would do like a Led Zeppelin solo instead of Tony Iommi. It was just like really weird. It was a really weird night, but yeah,
cool. That stream Kevin's talking about was a charity stream that the Cartridge Club did. Go on Twitch, look for the Cartridge Club. I think the recordings are still there for a little bit longer if you want to check out those streams, and you can still donate. The proceeds go to children's hospitals here in Canada. So.
Well, I wanted to donate during Ryan's stream because he does a thing where you can take over the club for a month. So I wanted to be the dictator of the Cartridge Club for a month, but I missed out on it.
We'll get there, Emily. We're getting there. We're just catching up. Tons of Bob stuff coming.
Ugh. How is there still Bob stuff left after all we've shown on this show?
There's always Bob stuff. Look I'll give you a quick one. Tarantula right here. Boom. There you go. I might have showed that last time. Did I show that last time?
I've never seen it.
Really? Fun. Yeah. It's in the thrift store. A little trade paperback version of Tarantula, Bob's first book.
There we go.
Quite a read.
Only took us 8 minutes.
Yeah, that's that.
This is a show tell show. We're 8 minutes in. We haven't shown anything yet.
Yeah, totally. Wait, you want me to start? I can show some stuff. You guys pick. What do you want? Book, movie, music. Yeah, book, movie, music, or odd thing.
You sounded like Trump going through his list there. Woman, TV. Very close. Let's go with music. We got Emily here. She's ready to see some music.
Let's just give her the Bob.
Yeah.
Straight up.
Give her the Bob straight up. Well, the closest Bob I have at hand is actually video.
Well, then do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do whatever Bob is.
Just found this, and I had this in my collection before, and then for some reason I got rid of all my VHS. Can you imagine? And now I'm slowly getting stuff back. So here, 30 years later, is the 30th anniversary concert celebration that they did for Bob's 30th anniversary as a recording artist for Columbia Music. Double VHS tape right here. Do you remember seeing this in my collection before, Kevin?
No.
What year is that from? What year did they do that, I guess?
What's 30 years ago?
90s?
30 years ago. 92?
He got it just like that. He counted back 30. 92. It was October 16th, 1992. This concert got put together at Madison Square Gardens, where an eclectic group of artists got together to celebrate Bob Dylan music by playing cover in their own style. You got Neil Young, Tom Petty, George Harrison, Tracy Chapman. Like, there were so many people here. It was crazy. The band kind of got back together for a performance, and of course Bob closed the show, which you can see a picture of. That might be the rehearsal though. And he had a all-star backing band. G.E. Smith was the musical coordinator, and really great show. You gotta totally check this out if you ever have a chance to. I believe it's definitely on DVD. I'm trying to think if it made it to Blu-ray. I don't know, but you think the 30th anniversary, they would have done a nice Blu-ray package of this. I remember when this first came out, this was one of the first iterations of HD recording, live event recording. So they actually broadcast in HD on pay-per-view, and that was something else. I remember, was I in college yet at that time? I don't know. I remember that was being a big part of the story, that this was one of the very first HD production trucks was used at MSG to capture this in full glorious HD. So let's get going with a good 4K or Blu-ray copy of this. Yeah, Emily's right. Got the Mellencamp. Stevie Wonder was there. This was the big one. Remember Sinead O'Connor? She had just done Saturday Night Live and ripped up the picture of the Pope, and the next day appeared at MSG for this and was booed off the stage. Chris Christopherson had to come over and give her a hug and help her off the stage. She was the only artist to not sing a Bob Dylan song because she got so rattled by the boos that she sang a who did she sing? She sang War, I think. And then Chris Christopherson helped her off the stage. That was a good one.
Is that on there? Do you see that?
Yep, that'll be on here. And Pearl Jam made a really good performance, Masters of War. And the story from them that weekend, if I recall, they famously trashed their New York hotel room, like severely. So bad it made the news. That's how bad they trashed their hotel room, which I shake my head. Why'd they have to do that for this celebration? But rock and roll 30 years ago. So that's the deal. Definitely check out Neil Young's performances. Killer all along the Watchtower on here. Of course, Clapton had a couple of really great tracks. Anyways, go look for that if you want to see some Bob music performed by other people. Really good. And since I'm rolling on the recorded music here, I found these things in a stack of VHS tapes I thought was kind of cool. If you can handle it, it's Comedy Live. Be careful because it's foul. You have contains foul language. The Young Comedians All-Star Reunion right there. Belzer, Mandel. And this is on a cassette tape. You ever seen these before? I'm thinking these were the kind of things you would find at the truck stop, right? That'd be a perfect item to sell at the truck stop. Mm-hmm. And our panel member that's missing, Chris Roberts, would probably be really stoked that the punch out is still intact in there. There's one there and one there. It would have went right through it. Not just one of those, but two of them. Again, foul language, be careful, but it's got some vintage John Candy on there.
Oh, yeah. Look at that.
Now, was John Candy much of a stand-up guy? Like,
he might have been the MC of that.
The host.
Yeah.
HBO production on cassette. So, yeah, I thought that was kind of neat to be thrown in with some VHS tapes. And, yeah.
Oh, 69mega.com. I go to that site all the time.
I need extra moderators here. Come on, guys.
I can't even see the chat right now. What's going on?
Come on,
Some fun
guys.
stuff. Oh, I see.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Save that guy for later. That'll be my little start for the show. I got some more cool stuff coming up, including 2 packages from Third Man Records, and this will be interesting. You guys who've been following me, one of my Third Man Records packages I don't intend to keep. So,
because this is the year that you accidentally signed up for, right?
no, totally on purpose. But this pick, it just doesn't fit, perfectly in my, as Kevin likes to say, my wheelhouse. So we'll see if you guys can, I don't know, throw some guesses out what I'm not keeping from Third Man Records.
Oh God, what you don't like could fill a couple of Joe houses.
Wait, but still from Third Man Records, though. Come on, you never know.
Still a lot. There's a lot there.
All right, so Kevin, fresh in his retirement up in the Canadian North,
Yes,
must have some cool stuff to show us.
Well, I mean, I just moved, so I don't really have too many pickups. But I have bought I did buy a few things, just because they were on sale or whatever. Well, I needed a new set of headphones, so that's what I'm wearing right now. So I bought that. So here's the box for the headphones that are on my head.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Why did you need new headphones? I'll say
because the old ones were like falling apart. I had an old pair of Sonys that all this stuff, the coating was all peeling off and it was just time. I mean, I had them for like 20 years, maybe even longer. Had them for a very long time, so it was time to get rid of them. What is it? Okay, and okay, so this is it. So this album, I did get Sloan's new album, Slow and Steady. Just came out.
First edition.
That's right. First edition, pressed on purple vinyl.
Deep purple.
And it's like, it looks black right now, but yeah, you can see the purple. You can see the purple in there.
Deep dark purple.
Yeah. So I was kind of panicking because this is a first edition, limited edition that was released on their Bandcamp. It wasn't even available, to get in the store or anything like that. So the album came out October 20th, and our move day was October 27th. And I thought, when you're in that spot, it's like, where do you want them to deliver the record? Do you want it at the new house or deliver it to the old house? And what I should have done was had it brought to like either my sister-in-law, or I thought about my in-laws, but they would have been panicking and worrying about this record. So but ultimately I said, you know what, October 20th, that is enough of a buffer. So I will, get it delivered to the old house. 7 days, plenty of time. October 20th comes and the album comes out, but I totally gap that. Yes, the album came out on that day, but like a lot of artists do now, they hold off on the actual vinyl release. And that was going to be 2 weeks after. So early November, after we had moved. So now I'm panicking because I don't know, like I need to change the address, and I bought it through Bandcamp. So there was so much going on. I gapped on it for a couple of days, and then I'm like, oh, I gotta, really fix that. So I go to their website, and they're like, yeah, no problem. Fill out this form, your change of address, and it'll be delivered to your new address. I'm like, great. So I fill out the whole thing, and I send it off, and they're like, okay, we got it. No problem. We'll look at it in 2 weeks, and we'll change your address. I'm like, what? 2 weeks? This is not good because the record is coming out in 2 weeks. So there was a few days of sheer terror and panic, but out of the blue, they got back to me within 48 hours and let me know that it was going to come to the new house. But that's a lesson for in the future. If you're not sure where, just send it to like someone else that's not moving, that's stable. You know,
stable.
Yes. So, but I was happy to get it. It's a great record. It's really good. So I did go to on November 20 something. I can't remember which day. I did go to a record show in Sudbury. My first Sudbury record show. Now it wasn't as big as the record shows that you get in Southern Ontario, but there was about anywhere from 8 to a dozen tables. I'm not sure. Like there were some vendors that had like several tables, but they had like 2 people working them. So I'm not sure if that was 2 different tables or 2 people working the same group. But it was good enough size. But after the move, I just wasn't feeling the vibe to buy too much. There was a lot of stuff that I found there, but it was either a little too expensive or I just wasn't ready to buy it right now. But I did get a couple of records that were fairly cheap. This one was I bought this one. I bought April Wine Live. So this came out in the early 70s, like 72. So I think at the time they only had one hit on the Canadian radio, and that's what's the hit on here? Yeah. I can't remember.
Wine Time.
Anyway, I haven't listened to it yet because it is quite dirty, and I don't have my stuff out to clean the vinyl records yet. But I do like the Aquarius logo on there. It's pretty cool.
Totally.
Play Loud. April Wine Live. Play Loud. So, and this was originally bought at Bill's frequent place that he bought in his 30s. When he was in
That's
his 30s,
before my time.
In
before
30s. He was a 35-year-old man in that store. Many, many things. And we got, this was Angie Kennedy's album.
Oh, call up Kevin, Angie, get your record back. It's bullshit.
So I bought that because Sarah was buying, they had like a 3 for 15 thing or something, or 3 for 20. I can't remember which. So she needed another record. So I said, I'll get that one. And then I was at another table and I had just watched the night before the Weird Al movie with Harry Potter, which was fantastic, by the way. I really enjoyed it.
I really want to see it. It wasn't on Roku or whatever. That's like so hard to watch it.
Yeah. Well, I think even Al himself said, he's gotten a torrent of complaints about how the movie is on Roku. Anyways, so I have all of his albums on cassette. I should have brought them to show you guys, but I have them all there on cassette. But they don't sound very good. They're kind of worn out from my overplaying in my youth. So
would this movie go in the Fandango folder, I wonder?
Well, it's on. It's not for me to say. I don't know. Maybe a creepy guy will put it on one of his folders. Maybe he'll
access to that folder.
Maybe he'll flex his plex and might happen.
I'm gonna look at that.
Anyways, I said to myself, I'm gonna buy some. If I see a Weird Al record, I'm gonna buy it. So I did get to a table, and I did see a Weird Al record. The sleeve was in nice shape, but the record itself wasn't in great shape. But it looked like I could clean it up, which I haven't done yet because I don't have my cleaning stuff out. Oh, look at this. Creepy. Hey, I could call up a creepy guy. I'm pretty sure it's on Derek's Plex.
Wow. Kevin, call up more people to watch us. Just say their name and they'll pop in.
I don't know. Yeah. Oh, that was you that did that. Okay. I clicked on his. I'm so used to Fandango. I clicked on it and it came up. I thought I did it. Anyways, he was charging $10 for the record. I hardly ever haggle at the record places because they're usually priced pretty well. But I said, because of the condition of the record, how about $5? And he was actually getting rid of stuff in his collection, so he was in a mood to sell. So he said, yeah, you know what, take it, $5. So I got myself Weird Al Yankovic's Even Worse.
Wow, it looks
Nice.
in great condition.
Well, the sleeve itself is in good condition. I mean, it's definitely somewhere between Bill Condish and Joe Condish. But the vinyl itself, it was played. It was well loved. Look at Al doing that stuff. Not many people realize that he went all out and like really copying that Michael Jackson album. Like there was even a blog post I was reading where the guy, like, he didn't really understand why Al was being so hard on himself and called the album Even Worse. And I was like, because the Michael Jackson album's bad and Weird Al is even worse. It's the joke. So he's not commenting on his music. It's the joke. Anyway, I'll show you.
That's a good album too.
This was my first Weird Al album.
Yeah, that's a good one.
So you can see there's like a lot of dust and fingerprints. And there's light scratches on it.
Looks mint to me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, it's definitely...
Pretty sweet.
If you see it in person, you'll know what I'm talking about. Anyways, so I got myself... I think that's the first Weird Al album I got on vinyl. Okay, so then... That's all I got, but Sarah was picking up stuff like crazy. I think she got about 12, somewhere around a dozen records. But there were two tables that we hadn't looked at, but we were kind of worn out. But I said, let's just look at those tables quickly before we leave. And we check out this one table, and I'm flipping through it, and I find something that I have been looking for Sarah for at least like the past 5 Christmases or so. So Sarah grew up with a Led Zeppelin box set. And I'll just show it to you here. This is the Led Zeppelin, or I guess it's called the Orange box set. And
She loves that thing.
Yeah, she loves it, and it's all on cassette. And she kept really good shape of it, but cassettes wear out over time. So it's got all the cassettes in there, and
Nice.
yeah.
Pretty looking.
But they're warbly, because they've been played so often.
Really? She stretched it out.
Yeah. So I've been looking for the compact disc version of it for her, and of course it's anytime you see it on eBay, it's super expensive. I'm talking anywhere between $80 and $100 for a 4 CD set, and it's never in great condition. Like if I'm going to spend that much on a 4 CD set, because I don't mind spending that much on my wife for something that she really wants, especially for Christmas or a birthday, but they're always like the CDs are roached, or it's missing something, or the book isn't there, and the book is book's part of the whole thing, whole package,
Great
right
there. Yeah.
So flipping through, and then I see, what do I see? But what I've been looking for Sarah, the compact disc set in great shape.
Still glossy.
Anyone want to guess how much you paid for this?
15.
What'd you say? 50?
15.
Oh, 15? I'll say 60.
Well, if we were
Big
going by
range.
Price is Right's rules, Bill would have had it, because you went over. The price I paid was $40.
40.
I was
So-
closer though.
$10 a CD in mint shape. The only thing is on the book, some
Now the
person
post-
put stickers on there, but she has her original book that doesn't have any stickers on it. So
I think the stickers
Yeah.
make it better.
it kind of fits.
Yeah.
And and the CDs were all in great shape. there they are. No
So you
scratch.
found that at your record show. Most people have to go to eBay and find that, right?
That's right. Yeah. And we were about to give up on the place. We were ready to walk out. And someone even put in a remasters postcard.
Oh.
It's a nice little bonus. And funny, the guy that we bought it from too. Like we're standing there, we're looking at everything. I'm like, and Sarah and I are talking like, oh my God, we found this thing. We've been looking for this forever. And Sarah goes and looks at all the CDs and everything like that. And the guy just didn't like say anything, right? He just kind of sat there and, you think he'd be, he made a sale, you think he'd be happy, or he just sat there. And then after we bought it, he looks up and he's like, you know how to clean these, right? And we're like, yeah. He's like, you don't go in the circle. You go from in to out. Okay. Thanks for the tip.
There you go.
Yeah. So there you go. That's how you clean a CD. In case you don't know, you go from in to out.
Emily asks, is eBay reliable?
Oh,
I had
tons of stories.
I had to call eBay this week. I've been with eBay. I found out when I called and they picked up on me. They're like, oh, Mr. You've been with us for guess how many years? Anyone have a guess how long I've been a member of eBay?
Oh,
since eBay began.
20.
Since the inception, you were like number 3 or 4.
You didn't learn from the last question. You went over again.
Oh.
So got to go $1. Kevin was very close. 23 years I've been with eBay. So as a buyer, you are extremely well protected. If you don't see anything you like from your thing you buy, you just ask for a refund. And even if the seller says, I don't offer refunds, you will still get a refund. Believe me, as a seller, I know.
I think the thing that people sometimes forget or don't think about with eBay is you're not dealing with a company, really. You're dealing with another person that you're buying it from. So there's all sorts of different kinds of experiences in that. Although the eBay will come in and protect you as a buyer more often than not.
Totally. As sellers, we often get screwed over by fraudulent purchasers who say it's not as we advertised, and they still get their money back. So as a buyer, you're very well protected. I got to say, go ahead and check it out, and you can see people's feedback of what other people say about their buying experience with that seller. So check that out. Very quickly, she asked, "What's the deal with the fake Bob signatures?" Anyone hear about this news story last week?
No.
How could you not? It was all over all of my feeds. I don't know why.
Some reason I'm not tuned into the Bob Dylan news.
It was big news.
Yeah.
Earlier this past month, now Bob has a new book out, Philosophy of Modern Music, and I was telling my kids, hey, if you want to get me something for Christmas, this book's available. And geez, by the way, the official publisher is selling, I think, 500 signed copies by the man himself. So you could totally get me one of those signed copies. Now, the signed copy takes the book up to $500. So it's a lot. It's a lot. And
then you ask your kids to get you this?
Do they love me or not? Come on, figure it out. So then people were getting their signed books and they were comparing, as we do, we go to social media, check it out. Look at this. Hey, I got it. Yeah. And everyone started noticing the signatures were very similar. A lot were similar, extremely similar. Some were just tilted differently. And it came to light that the publisher and or Bob together just used an auto pen. No, it wasn't a stamp. It was an auto pen.
What's an auto pen?
Like politicians use them, like when you want to sign a document, say in Switzerland, but you're in America, you can use an auto pen and
like DocuSign kind of thing.
Sure, okay. Yeah, kind of deal. And it just reproduces the signature exactly as you wrote it, but it is still, mechanically created. And so he himself actually had to get on there and apologize.
Get rid of all that Bob stuff.
This was not only his books, but some of his prints of his paintings that he sold were using auto pen as well. And the publisher said it was a technical issue, but he came out and said it was just a bad decision.
Yeah, technically
was,
they shouldn't have done it.
I don't get it. I don't know. Why does he even need the money? Like, I don't get it. He sold his catalog. He's up like $1 billion right now. I know he's had a few marriages, but by the Christ, why is it worth him signing $500? It's just, anyways, I digress. It's not Bob's fault. He was given bad advice, is what I'm saying. He was given bad advice. Okay. Curtis. Oh, Kevin, you were done, right? Can I move on? Okay.
Yep.
Good. Curtis. Back from London.
Back from
Got
London.
some pickups.
Yeah, I got a lot of stuff to show. Well, not a lot of stuff to show, but a decent amount, you know. I think I'll start with some tapes because I never get invited on the VHS show anymore. It just doesn't happen. So I'll show some tapes I got.
Anytime, my friend. Anytime.
I mean, you know. Just saying. But
sorry, didn't we move the time for this to accommodate people that are not here?
Yeah.
Why did we move the time?
Where's Bandy?
I'm just thinking of that right now. It's like,
well, we only moved an hour, so
yeah,
it's really only 5 p.m. where Bandy is. So he should be getting off work soon, I would think. We'll
right.
look for him. And Chris, you know.
He's got to prep for the next VHS show I won't be on. But speaking of, okay, so we have a store here in Los Angeles called Whammy Analog. You've probably
famous.
I don't know if we've shown any foot. I need to take some footage next time I'm there and show it off. But one of the cool things they got there is like home recording stuff, right? And you might find weddings or you might find stuff recorded off TV. And that's becoming a big thing, especially with our buddy Chris. He likes collecting those things, mainly to get the commercials off them, because those are the things that are hard to find. And by the way, VHS is so taking off. I can tell it's popular now because these things, there was a lot less this time than there were last time. So I went to this store and they had a deal. It was like, I think it was like 5 for $5. You know, like each tape was like $3 for a home recording or 5 for $5. So they're trying to clear them out, you know. But the cool thing was they have a testing station now. They didn't have this before. So you can pop in the tapes, see what's on them, see if it's what it says is on them. You can fast forward or run. And the thing that was great about it is the day I went, there was like no one in the store besides me. So I had like my pick of the litter. I could take all the time I wanted to go through these tapes, and I did. And so I got some of these tapes. I think you guys will appreciate them. So I got this. Check out what's on this bad boy. Oh, it might be too bright. Too bright. There we go. You see that? That's hard to read. I'll just tell you. It's Deep Space Nine. And Voyager episodes.
Nice.
So it's pretty cool.
Chris Roberts will make you send him those tapes, though, won't he?
I'll be honest. I kind of got them for Chris. Like, I don't really need them, but I was hoping I'd find something cool. Again, Star Trek Deep Space Nine. I think they even put the name of the episode, Way of the Warrior. Voyager, yeah. So this guy liked, I think it was all probably from the same person. This guy liked recording Deep Space Nine and Voyager.
You think there's commercials on there?
I know there is, because I've popped them in. Deep Space Nine. Oh, this is a good one. This has the finale on it for Deep Space Nine. And it also has some other ones that are only okay. And then inspired by my good friend Billiam over there, you had put up that Bob Dylan 60 Minutes thing, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I found a similar thing, but it's Michael Jackson.
Oh.
Ooh.
2003.
You should send that to me.
So we'll see. I turned it on and I did see that was on there, but I need to make sure it's like the whole thing and maybe see if there's anything else on there.
Wow, that'll be good.
And then the last one I found, I was pretty excited about this, was the, you can't see, I'll tell you. It's the 2005 Super Bowl. So not one of my favorite Super Bowls. I think it's one of the Tom Brady wins as a Patriot one. But you're going to get all those Super Bowl commercials on there, and they are on there.
Yeah, that's cool.
So that is a solid one. Plus, it's like super illegal to like resell NFL.
Right.
So I'm just asking, like, because I thought the whole thing with this is to find stuff that nobody else has. Like, wouldn't something like the commercials from the 2005 Super Bowl be everywhere already? Like, can't you just go to YouTube and watch them all?
You think so, but not really. I mean, 2005, you're starting to get closer to like when any commercial is found. But having a Super Bowl, I think, is cool. Like that to me, like just having the whole game is awesome.
Yeah.
But for 80s and 90s stuff, especially, those are the commercials that are hard to find. So that's what that is. But so most of those are gonna. I will probably keep the Super Bowl one, but I'll probably give the rest to Chris and see what he can do with them. And then as always, just when I think, and I feel like I have too many VHS at this point. I really do, but
no.
But I'm on all these groups on Facebook and I check on Instagram, and there's always these claim sales, right? And just when I think I'm out, they pull me back in. They got all these good deals, and I'm like, dang it. So some of these tapes that I'm gonna show are, can be kind of hard to find. But so I got a bunch more tapes. Got Nickelodeon. Clarissa Explains It All. Enslaved by the Bell. This is
who's Clarissa?
These orange Nickelodeon tapes.
I don't even know what that is.
You don't know what this is?
No.
It's like a teenage girl sitcom, like family sitcom thing. It was good. It's definitely my generation. I watched a lot of this.
Is it tied into Saved by the Bell?
No. I think they were just, because Saved by the Bell was super popular at the time. I think they were just playing off of that. But
who's that actress?
Melissa Joan Hart. That's Sabrina the Teenage Witch.
Okay. Yeah.
Wow.
Super young.
This is what she did before Sabrina. I got that. Show a couple more Nick ones that I got. You guys familiar with this show? Doug?
That I've at least heard of, but never seen it.
This is a hard to find tape. Well, not super hard to find, but Doug is these are more spendy Nickelodeon tapes. But Doug is probably, if I had to pick one cartoon on Nickelodeon as a kid that was my favorite, probably Doug. Doug is great. And then Rocco's Modern Life, Machine Madness. This is another one. The Rocco's tapes are a little bit harder to come by too. And again, they're all the purple, or not purple, orange Nickelodeon tapes. I got this at Whammy Analog as well. This is a cool one. Did you guys ever watch The Adventures of Young Indiana Jones?
Yeah, for sure.
I'd never. Kevin, are you familiar with this?
I remember the show. I can't remember if I actually watched it.
So
really,
this was the first. I'd never seen it before. This is the first. When I got this is the first episode I saw. But I picked this tape on purpose because are you guys familiar with this episode, The Mystery of the Blues?
No.
Well, first of all, if you're not familiar with the show, each episode is like a movie. It's like an hour and a half long. They're the production value is super high on these. But this particular episode is the only episode of this series that features Harrison Ford as Indiana Jones. So he kind of bookends the episode, the beginning and the end. And so this is the only time that Harrison Ford played Indiana Jones in the 90s was for this show right here. And so that's pretty cool. So I picked it up because of that. And then I watched the episode and it's great. And it's got so many famous people in it before their time, like Jeffrey Wright. Let's see. Is he not on? He's not on here. He's on the back here. Jeffrey Wright, right?
Right.
She's the chick from 30 Rock and then Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt. I forget her name.
Krakow.
The Jane.
Yeah.
Jane? Yeah. I think. Anyway, that's her. But so that's why I got that. But good stuff.
Yeah, I'll keep an eye out for that one. That sounds pretty cool.
I picked up Guns N' Roses Use Your Illusion 1 to complement my Use Your Illusion 2. So now I got the whole concert.
Oh, it's a concert.
It's 1992 World Tour in Tokyo. So this is Volume 1. Obviously has way more on it, but they're about the same length, which is funny. So great concert though. This is like peak Guns N' Roses. This is the tippy top. You're not going to get any better than this concert wise.
I got to sign into that Plex again.
I just did it on because we were talking. I was talking with Sean about the Plex and all that, and fired it up, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm still in the Creepies Plex." So it's good times.
And then,
a lot of good stuff in there.
Don't know if you guys will care about this, but got WWF World Tour 96. Very exciting.
You don't know if we would care about that? You haven't you're not really sure where we stand on wrestling yet? You haven't been clear?
Well, Kevin, if you like this, just you wait, brother, because I got WWF Wrestling's greatest steel cage matches ever. Look at that.
Wow.
Very exciting.
That would be fun. That'd be a fun watch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or how about this? WrestleMania 2, April 7th, 1986. Huh?
Mm-hmm.
You know the main event, Bill? Everybody remembers it's Hulk Hogan versus King Kong Bundy in a steel cage.
No, do not.
Is that
remember
on the
that.
steel cage disc or cassette? Did it make it?
I don't think so. No, Hulk Hogan against Big Boss Man. So I got all the steel cage.
Couldn't be that good then. It couldn't have been that good of a steel cage match. It didn't make the best of.
Sir.
Just saying.
With the comment.
Just saying.
Yeah.
If it was that good, it would have made it.
You don't need to work on it, Josh.
Look at this. Mayhem in Manchester. These are cool, and I'll tell you why. Because you used to, the only way you could watch these were the events that they did in the UK, and they were never televised. So the only way you could ever watch them was when they came out on VHS like this, which is really cool. And you get matches that you don't typically see, or I don't know, some different stuff, but fun. Mayhem in Manchester. And then my last tape, I was at a nearby store, and they sell all sorts of. It's called Blast from the Past. It's all sorts of stuff, toys and shirts and VHS and everything, any weird retro thing that's collectible. But one thing they did have was a bunch of these, and I only got one because I could have went nuts, but what's the point? And I picked up Deep Space Nine, the collector's edition, and I got this has two of my favorite episodes, Starship Down and Little Green Men. You guys remember those?
No.
So by the way, these were like the Columbia House releases. They're like in these really nice clamshell cases.
They're all the same covers though, right?
All the same covers. Yep. And they stack up nice, and you got the name of the episode. But Little Green Men is one of my favorite episodes of Deep Space Nine. It's where Quark and Rom and Nog go back in time, and they're the Roswell crash in like the 40s.
Yep.
Yeah. So they kind of caused that. Awesome. Watched it. Very fun. And those were my tapes. I think I'll leave it there for now.
Nice tapes. You're done with tapes now. That's it.
I have like 5 more on the way in the mail. I thought they were going to come by now, but according to the tracking that I checked today, they'll be in tomorrow.
It's like me. I'm done with records. I've signed off on vinyl records. I have some to show today, but I'm done. That's it. Let me tell you. Except for mail away stuff and the obvious things. Done. You got to throw in the towel after a little while, you know? Well, geez, before our music lover Emily gets back, let me bang off some video game stuff here for you guys. We actually, Kevin, you moved away a little bit too soon because in my town, new thrift store opened, a second Value Village. 2 Value Villages in my town.
Oh, wow.
Exciting, right? Yeah.
Very.
And their prices are just as crazy. Although, no, this one, they haven't caught on yet because some of the prices are still introductory. As you can see from this PS3 game, $3.99 at the old store. That'd be a $6.99 for sure. But got some Jane's Advanced Strike Fighters here for the PS3. You guys know I like my planes.
I am not familiar with that.
I know. Well, in my PC days, Jane's was the top flight sim game you got. It came with like binders of literature about all the planes. They were really cool games to buy. So when I saw that for the PS3, and I hadn't seen them before either, easy grab for $4. I think I already had this, but there's a lot of talk about Dead Space because the remaster is coming, and here's the sequel of Dead Space 2.
Hey, that's a good game. You know who's in that?
Who?
My fiance.
Oh, really?
Look at that.
That is a good game.
What is she?
So I don't. She's one of the computers in it that you
right.
talk to her.
Yeah.
But
I only played the first game. There's a code if anyone wants to
give it a whirl. Is that even still valid?
Give it a try online. Get your Game Pass for free. Yeah, 2-discer. I did play the first one, not all the way. It's too scary, but
I played through the first one a few times. It was a good time.
I'll get back to it one day when I get up my bravery. Another flight game I didn't know about, Apache Air Assault.
Never heard of that one.
Yeah.
Usually the ones you've never heard of are the best ones.
Oh, yeah, of course.
I don't know that, Kevin.
I know it now.
And check this out. Maybe I heard Kevin talking about this game before because it was kind of in the back of my head like I've heard of this and I should grab it. Autobahn.
Not for me.
Not from you?
Never heard of that.
Maybe it was Josh. Actually worth some bucks, this one. It's a little bit rarer.
I haven't heard of like a lot of these. That's crazy.
And then there was a PS4 game. I had to pay up for this. $6.99, but it's PS4. Street Outlaws, The List, which is a TV show on Discovery, which is still on Discovery, which I have intimate knowledge about. It's a big pain in the ass show, 3 hours long. It's always late to get to air. So I thought I'd try their video game.
I am familiar with it.
You're not, or am?
I am familiar with that one, yeah.
This guy, the receipt was still in here from 2019. He paid some full-blown retail on there. Only 3 years ago, so... And then I was most excited about this. I was in the glass case looking at some overpriced cameras, way overpriced. And I happened to see this cute little DS there.
$20?
DS Lite. That's too much. I wouldn't pay this much for a DS Lite.
Good deal.
But look at what's going on here.
Oh, that looks... Is that a Pokemon game? It looks black.
See? That guy knows.
I bet it's Soul Silver.
Kevin, any guesses?
Only the Pokemon games are black?
There's not many black. They're usually gray, the DS ones, but Pokemon.
Well, shows you what I know. I have no clue. I don't know what any Pokemon games are.
No, wait.
Blue.
Pokemon. Is it Soul Silver? I'm going to say Pokemon. It's probably black or white, actually. Let's go Pokemon White.
I'm gonna say it's Pokemon Emerald.
That's completely wrong.
Pokemon Mauve.
I don't know, but this is my impressed face right here.
Yeah.
Pokemon
That's
White.
how it's done. That's how
I
it's
was
done.
so excited for this. I didn't even test this console. I'm like, yep, give me that. Don't look at it closely because they didn't know the game was in there, or else they would have looked that up for sure.
That is a steal and a half, Bill. Well done.
I did get it home, and I turned it on at home, and the top display is no good.
A little wonky, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Who cares? You got Pokemon White.
I was still pissed that they screwed me on a top screen that is clearly no good.
Why didn't you turn it on in the store then?
Hey,
I was too excited, dude, when I saw that Pokemon in there and they didn't see me check this. Like, I just went like this. I should have just went, I don't know what's happening, guys.
can you go return it?
No returnsies.
No,
That would be good, though,
Well,
to get my money
even
back.
so, dude, like Pokemon White for $20 alone is a great deal.
Mm-hmm.
Well, how much does that game go for?
That one probably goes for even a loose copy is probably at least like 50.
I think I saw sold versions for 80. I'm not arguing with Curtis, but
Loose?
yeah.
Okay, maybe. Yeah, the Pokemons are all over the place. They really fluctuate because they're
Crazy.
Yeah. And especially there was just a new Pokemon game came out. So when the new Pokemon game comes out, they always go up in price. All the old ones.
I don't know. I've had a Pokemon Y on my table at the last few shows, and nobody's interested in it. I thought it'd be one of the first things to go.
They're not old enough yet. Pokemon Y and X.
All right.
Plus, it's not a super like popular generation. Not that one.
The one I do have, I've been trying to sell it on eBay forever. It's supposed to be super expensive, but I got the ones with the walk. You know, the walk. Like it's like it tracks your steps.
Heart Gold or Soul Silver?
I got both of them in the boxes, but they're the French versions. That's the only problem.
That's why.
I thought you sold those by now.
No, I still have them.
Hey, James. Pop in.
Oh.
And just to finish off the games, Xbox One game, Forza.
That's a good game.
Number
Always
2.
popular.
Number 2. Pay up, $7. Okay, I think that's the gaming stuff out of the way. Couple books, just to quickly act like I'm literate. You guys know the latest. I'm turning into a huge Tarantino fan, which is, I didn't see that coming. I didn't see it coming. But I'm a huge fan of his podcast that he has out right now called Video Archives with Roger Avery, and it's amazing. It gets you to go back into some movies that I missed. There's been a couple I've seen, but most of them I've missed. So it's kind of like homework. Go check out these movies and listen to the podcast and get their impressions and combine it with your own impressions. And it's a nice little podcast community right now. Like, you know, you reach out to them, they actually answer you back. That's how small it is right now, even though it's these two giant Hollywood, auteurs talking about movies. So Tarantino's last film, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, I was a huge fan of it. I think about it a lot. It's weird. I could watch it once a month, I think.
That's a good one.
I don't get it.
I saw it once. That was enough.
No, you got to watch it once a month, I think. Tarantino is super proud of it. I think he calls it his best movie. And when it came to the novelization of the movie, as most movies do get novelized, he wanted to do it himself, expand on the story. And because it is like a retro kind of story, he resurrected the pulp, mass market paperback. And so I couldn't help but get old paperback version.
I am jealous. I really want to get that too, and I like, and I've heard enough about it that it's very different from the film.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like the ending. Unfortunately, I've had the ending spoiled for me, but the ending is completely different from the movie. Like the whole big climax of the film, they mention it briefly, but the book goes in a completely different direction.
I might like the book then.
Very cool.
Yeah. Actually, I think you probably would, Kevin. It sounds really cool.
I think that's what won me so much with that movie is like I didn't have the ending spoiling, and the whole movie I'm just dreading what's coming, dreading.
Everybody.
And then it's just wonderful.
I went to a screening of that with Q&A with Tarantino afterwards, and it was before the film came out. You know, it was only like a week or so before the film came out, but even he said, he was like, please don't spoil it for anyone. Like, don't tell anyone. I love when films do that, you know, like when they go out of their way to like try and tell the audience, like, don't ruin this for anyone. I'm like, I'm in. Yeah, I don't want to ruin it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that is a movie that really that works for.
He did such a great job of making us fall in love with those characters, and I knew the history of what was going to happen. I was just dreading seeing that on screen, and then he flipped it on us, as he does. By the way, Curtis, I don't know why you don't spend every night over there at his theater, the New Beverly, which is
at the New Bev. You know what's funny? I used to work across the street from the New Bev at a coffee shop many moons ago, and everybody and their mother used to come across the street to get coffee at our shop. You know, like Edgar Wright was a big regular.
Yeah.
He would come over all the time. You know, Michael Cera, Jonah Hill. It was like crazy. The people, anytime they had like a Q&A, you know, with like when they're showing a film over there, Tarantino used to come over. They would always come over and get coffee. So we were really lucky in that sense, like that we were right there because everybody.
Yeah. Wow.
And Clue Gallagher, you know, he just passed away, unfortunately. I mean, it was like in his 90s, but he plays the bookstore guy in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. He's a big,
of course,
a big character actor from the 50s and 60s and stuff. He used to come over to the coffee shop I worked at, and he always thought every time, and we had the same conversation over and over again. He was convinced I was Sam Rockwell's younger brother. And I was like, Clue, if I was Sam Rockwell's younger brother, you think I'd be slinging coffee? And every time. But, yeah.
Well, God, yeah, if I ever make it out there, I want to definitely check out a movie. It's always on film. It's always on film.
Yeah. The last film I saw at the New Bev was Friday the 13th, Part 7, The New Blood or whatever. And I'll tell you what, that was one of the most fun times I have ever had at the theater. It was an audience that knew what they were coming to see. They loved the movie because it's kind of a cheesier Friday the 13th, if that's, you know, is there such a thing? But it's Jason versus Carrie, essentially. There's the girl in it has like telekinetic powers, and so the whole end of the movie is this battle between her and Jason. And the crowd, it was like going to a movie like The Room or Rocky Horror Picture Show, where the crowd knew like all the lines coming up and they would do stuff. And it was absolutely hilarious. It was such a good time. And now, because of that experience, I have this whole new respect for Friday the 13th, Part 7. And like it rose up the ranks of like my preference for Friday the 13th, movies when I rank them.
I think it's Part 6.
Nope. It was 7. Part 6 is Jason Lives. That's the one where he's first the zombie.
Oh, I thought 7 was the Manhattan one. Maybe that's 8.
Yeah, that's 8. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, really fun.
Well, you're very lucky to be living that close to check that shit out. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's good, Bill. If you ever come visit, we will 100% go there because now that Tarantino didn't own it for the longest time. You know, he was just a big fan of it, and they would program his stuff there all the time. But then he took it over. He bought it out. Yeah, but it's cool too because they even the trailers and stuff they show before, like Friday the 13th, they showed a bunch of trailers around that time, like similar films, like horror films, and they play the "Let's all go to the lobby," all that stuff. They make it makes it a whole experience for you. It's really fun.
Well, before he came back, was the film deal still happening there, or were they just showing anything like where it had to be on 35 mil?
No, I think they still did the film, like it was all on film, because that's like one of the things. There's another theater in town, although they don't do just film, but an older theater that's fun like that called the Vista. And actually I think Tarantino bought that one too. But that's like on the other side of town. Like New Bev is pretty much right in Hollywood, and the Vista's over like in Silver Lake. But anyway, that's a story for a different day. Hey, look, a Riker. Red alert.
Can he do the Riker maneuver?
He can.
All right, on.
Oh,
nice! Wow,
it was made.
That is legit.
It was made to like do the Riker maneuver.
Wow.
Actually, he does talk too, but his batteries, they're like, he needs 3 weird little circle ones, but then he says batteries. Like red alert and stuff like that. It's really funny.
Nice. One more book for you here. The Hobbit. I thought this was weird because look how thick it is. It's like a box. I saw this on the shelf. I'm like, I gotta check this thing out. It's in a nice little box like this. Like, what's all this stuff? Open the box like this. It has a nice little, like, Bible size.
Have you read that
Hobbit
before?
Yeah. Very like paperback kind of paper, not very thick or anything, but it's cool. It comes with a bunch of postcard artwork deals.
Sundries, as we like to refer to them on the show.
It comes with an Tolkien reads an excerpt of The Hobbit on CD here.
Oh, that's cool.
That guy.
Why doesn't he read the whole thing? What a dick.
Excerpt only. And then this is cool here. The map. Tolkien's The Hobbit.
I like maps.
Oh, it's a whole. Yeah.
So you got like some explanation of what you're going to see, and then the map folds out of here.
Careful. Let's go.
This is a tricky one because it is pasted into the deal.
Let's see that sucker rip. Come on, Bill.
We don't need to see the map, right? You've seen maps, right?
Not that one.
You don't need to.
I haven't seen that one yet.
I would prefer if you opened the whole thing.
Yeah.
Come on.
It's tricky here. Things I do for you.
Let's come on. Is it attached to the book?
It is, which makes it tough.
even better.
Okay.
Yeah. What's up?
Oh, yes.
Unfurl that. There we go.
Wow. That is some map.
That's pretty good.
No problem.
Isometric.
Put that all back now.
Nothing happened. It's thick. It's nice and thick.
Where'd you get that?
Back together. That was at the thrift store, just sitting on the shelf. The book guys hadn't gotten there yet. What this publication is, I found out it is it's a UK edition. You can't get it over here, so someone brought it over and donated it. Maybe you'll see that on my eBay. Who knows?
That's good. That's a good little set. Why don't you throw that in the Curtis? I want to listen to that excerpt that Tolkien reads.
Maybe something can be arranged. You never know. We are at a little past the 1 hour mark. Should we take a break from the looking at stuff to do the White Album tracks?
Oh, that's right. We're doing that. Let's do it.
Let's do it. I haven't thought of a good way to do it. And of course, we won't be presenting any of the music or else this feed will get banned. But
I think we should go track by track because the rules had to be you're paring down like 30 tracks to 12, right?
I broke the rule a little bit.
Bill, what do you mean you broke the rule? It was 12 tracks you got.
My albums are a little bit bigger. They can fit on an extra track or two.
You're doing your Japanese style albums with the extra tracks.
That's right. This is Japanese style. Import. Okay, we can go track by track. The only problem is a lot of my picks are there because they jive together so well. So that's what I'll talk about. Anyways. Okay, so yeah, we cut down the White Album from a giant double album to a single album. Going through it and listening to it critically like that, looking for edits and cuts, I was surprised how, when you look at it that way, it's like, yeah, some of these are just demos, some of these tracks, and some are easy to cut. Some are tough. There were some tough choices here for sure. But if you do go through it, you're like, yeah, this is definitely a demo, especially after watching the whole Get Back documentary and how they would just riff off songs. You're like, yeah, they just riffed this thing off, right? And threw it on the album to fatten it up. But it's all Beatles stuff, so it all belongs. It's all great. But our challenge was to cut it down. The original album starts with Back in the USSR. And that's a great lead-off track. There's no question that kicks you in the pants and gets the thing going. I did push it back a little bit, and I started with Glass Onion myself. And I like it because it kind of tells a little bit of the story of the Beatles and introduces them and kind of gets the ball rolling that way, I thought. That was track 1 for me, Glass Onion by Lennon. Curtis?
Well, I agree with you, Bill. I think Back in the USSR is a great leadoff track, and I thought they were spot on with making that first. So I kept it as is, Back in the USSR. I love the plane. Is it like a plane landing, I guess? That sound, it just kind of like brings you in.
Yeah.
Love it. So I kept
Absolutely.
it.
Yep.
Also, I want to mention in breaking it down, to 12 tracks, I really did try and I was aware of like picking so many Lennon songs, so many McCartney songs, Harrison. I was aware of trying to like keep it all equal, like you would see on a normal Beatles album, right?
Okay.
I just want to throw that out there as we begin.
Sure.
Kevin?
So we're going with the order that we chose the songs?
Yep.
Yeah. What's your track 1?
Well, I'll just say I don't think I'm going to be popular for this episode because the first thing I did was drop Back in the USSR because I've always felt that was a bit of a novelty song. They were kind of having a bit of a goof on the Beach Boys, who were their contemporaries at the time, and they were just taking the piss on him. So for me, that song can go in the 45s. That could be like a single. It doesn't need to be on the album. So I dropped it, and I went right for the gut. I gave George Harrison the lead-off track, and that's because it's the song that gets played the most when you think about it. And I went right to While My Guitar Gently Weeps.
Wow.
Yep, right off. Get in there.
The load has been shot.
A little like slow to start the album. Like I like that.
It's got a build up. By the end of it, you're just like
it does.
Yeah. Like this is a Beatles album, right? It's not like you're trying to make the next big pop record, even though they did do that. But this is like them like showing their adult side, adult selves. And
this is good. Anybody watching? Sorry, not to cut you off, Kevin, but like Mr. Orange there, I love it. Yes, I want to see if you agree, if you disagree. This is all good. What do you guys think out there? Do you have a different number 1? What are you going with?
Kevin's got fans already.
I thought it was going to be unpopular.
Listen, Kevin, it's okay to have something different. That's what's fun about this.
Is Curtis breaking up for you, Bill, or is it just me?
Might just be for you. If I try and talk over him, he breaks up.
Like I can only get in like, you know, every third word or something. I can follow along, but it's
No, he's fine when he's on his own.
okay.
I'm fine on my end.
Yeah, let us know in the chat if it's different. We'll kick him out. Get him started again. Okay, that was our first track. All different. Very interesting. So the White Album's second track was Dear Prudence originally. Not for me, as you recall, I put Glass Onion first, and then the way Glass Onion fades out and the airplane would come in for Back in the USSR, and then boom. Guess what, guys? Here's the album. Fuck you. Back in the USSR. You know, you started with something soft, and then you bring it down and then transition into that airplane comes in hard. So that's my number 2. So we just push the title track back 1.
Interesting. Mm-hmm. Well, my number 2, again, I love the way it segues from USSR into Dear Prudence. So I left it as is. I think the first 2 tracks, they got it. They did it right. And I like Dear Prudence. Is that Lennon?
Dear Prudence is Lennon. Yeah.
So I stuck with it.
Yeah.
That's
so good. Curtis forgot to do his homework is basically what this is saying.
No. Bill, sir. Because here's the thing. You know, the White Album is such a mishmash of all their stuff. You know, they're just trying to squeeze it all in. But it definitely feels like the first few tracks they were trying to lead with the heavy hitters that they knew were going to be the big ones. You know, and then they kind of go off into wherever. Yeah. Waffles. Kevin?
My number 2 is Everybody's Got Something to Hide Except for Me and My Monkey.
Good one.
And I know I just said that Back in the USSR is a novelty track, and this one is a little bit of one too, because of the title. But you know, it's more. I think it has a little more say because it's just about all the stuff that was going on around the Beatles at the time. But I just think it's a great second track. Short,
Yeah. That got cut for me. That's all. Just double checking, but yeah.
Come on.
Tough choices had to be.
Come on.
come on.
Rocking too.
Okay, so where are we at? Track 3?
Track 3, baby.
Track 3, the original release. That's where Glass Onion showed up. For me, just recap: Glass Onion, Back in the USSR, and this is where I agree with Curtis. That going into Dear Prudence is just too perfect to break that up. So I followed what was released there and had Back in the USSR followed by Dear Prudence. The way they transition together is just beautiful. Beautiful. When I think about it, there's no other at the end of USSR. You can't even think of any other song going in there but Dear Prudence. Okay, Curtis.
I really want to have the original White Album here as well to see what I cut, because now we're starting to get into
maybe we should do that. Actually talk about what the actual song was.
Bill seems to have it, right? You have the original track list.
Yep. Okay. You guys made fun of me using paper and a pencil, but
it's not like as if I can't call it up here on the internet, but
done. There. Boom.
I'm gonna need someone to do it for me, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So track 3 you said was originally Glass Onion, right?
Yep.
Now if you'll remember, I started with Back in the USSR, went into Dear Prudence, just like the original. Glass Onion doesn't do it for me. I cut Glass Onion.
Wow.
I did. I like Glass Onion, but when I was paring everything down, it didn't make the cut. Make the cut. Got it. There's a lot of stuff we got to cut, and some of there's 18 tracks we got to cut. So I Back in the USSR comes in strong. Dear Prudence kind of brings it down a notch. I want to ratchet it back up. And so my track 3 is Obla Di Obla Da. Good one, classic, very fun to sing with, and I'm getting that energy back up. So that was my
McCartney.
my track.
I just have to say while that's still in our mouths, Obla di Obla da, that got cut by me. That's another cut.
Ouch.
Mm.
Ouch.
I can't have that much maca on my album, especially that one I feel is super weak, but yeah, it's catchy. Come on.
It's a theme song for Life Goes On. Come on. What's wrong with you?
Yeah.
Every week, Corky started his adventures to that song.
Yeah.
Come on, Bill.
Okay, Kevin.
Which one are we on? 4?
3.
3. My number 3 is Happiness is a Warm Gun. Because I think it's a good song. That's why
Sure.
it's number 3. Yeah.
It's a weird song, and it goes all over the place, but it all works.
Yeah.
In an odd way.
Yep.
And it finishes really strong.
Yes. There's a special spot for that song in my list. We'll talk about that later.
Well, it's my number 3. My number 3. That's a special spot.
Yeah. So are we all saying that Happiness is a Warm Gun didn't get cut from anyone's list?
Not mine.
Doesn't sound like it.
Well, mine is like this. We'll explain later.
Yeah. Bill's got like a 29 track White Album.
Okay, so in the number 4 spot, that originally was Obla di Obla da. And for me, I was doing Back in the USSR 2, Dear Prudence. I'm still keeping it low. I'm teasing the folks. I'm keeping it low. That's where Blackbird comes in.
Oh, way
Dear
too
Prudence
early. Way too early. Have you ever designed an album?
Oh, now we're talking dirty. Okay. All right. Taking shots at each other. That's fine. I like those 2 low songs. And yeah, they just seem to fit well together, especially playing off one to another. And yeah, that's what I did. Number 4, Blackbird. Curtis.
Number 4 for me. So the White Album, it's this is Beatles, perhaps at the height of fighting creatively. They're all trying to, it's a mishmash. The whole album is a mishmash. And so emotionally, what I wanted you to feel listening to this album is we're going up, we're going down, we're going all around. You're feeling a little bit of everything. So we just came off of Obla di Obla da. And now track number 4, we're going with my boy, George. We got While My Guitar Gently Weeps. So we're up, we're down, we're up, we're down. But I got to get George in there. It's time for a George track. And I love that one. It's a good one. That's a side A for me. You gotta have While My Guitar Gently Weeps. And let me guess, Bill's like, you know what? I cut that one.
No way I'm cutting George, but it does seem very eclectic together with
dude,
your last.
I have made my Spotify playlist. I have listened to this over and over and over again to fine tune it. I'm not kidding. I took this challenge really serious. And so much so that I got my Spotify year-end wrap-up, and the number 1 album or number 1 artist was the friggin' Beatles because of this dumb challenge.
Is that something we can do, where we can set this up on a Spotify deal and people can check it out?
Absolutely, I have it on Spotify. I don't know if I made it public, but you can make it public. Yeah.
Okay, we'll have to do that somehow.
Oh, actually, mine is public. Yeah, I did make it public. And it says it has 0 listens. Okay. So.
The public love it.
We haven't talked about it yet. Now it will just skyrocket.
Yeah.
Once you put ours on there with yours. Is that possible? Where are we at? Track 4.
Track 4, Kevin.
So I would actually love to hear the intro of this song without a stupid jet ruining it. And that is Dear Prudence. That's my number 4. All right. I would love to hear a version of that song with just the guitar and not that stupid weird jet.
All of us though, you'll notice, went down on track 4. It's all slower ones. Blackbird, While My Guitar Gently Weeps, and Dear Prudence.
Mm-hmm.
I guess My Guitar Gently Weeps just seems like a titan to me. Like I got to hold that jewel for the right moment. Some people just threw their jewel out way too early.
Get it right in there, man. Let's go.
But
my jewel was perfectly placed, Bill.
I'm holding my jewel. Track 5.
Well, we'll hear it, but if you bury it, you got to put it right up top.
No. It's just we are taking our listeners on a journey with this album. We're not just
knock their socks off right off the bat. Boom.
Track 5 originally. Track 4 originally was Obladi. Going into track 5, Wild Honey Pie, another McCartney track, short one, under a minute. That got the cut from me.
Me too.
Good.
Yeah, I don't think I've made anyone's list.
Okay, so as you remember, I have 2 lower songs, Dear Prudence, Blackbird. I need Ringo to bring the listeners back. Bring them back. Don't pass me by. We get Ringo. That's my number 5 pick.
Ringo's number 5, huh?
Yeah,
Wow.
Party song. Everyone's back up, like going, yeah.
Bold.
You know?
Bold choice.
Yeah. Now that's like the second last track of side A for me. So we're leading to something. That's track 5. Don't pass me by.
All right.
Curtis.
Track 5 for me. Happiness is a Warm Gun. I don't know. That one just felt right. I don't have a good explanation for this. This is all just feeling in my gut why it felt right to put it here. I've listened to this over and over again. And again, I'm trying to separate, getting the Pauls, getting the Johns, and trying to not kind of do too much at once. And Happiness is a Warm Gun just felt like it needed to go right here. And it worked. For me, it works. Plus, I love that. That's a great song.
Mm-hmm. So you go While My Guitar into Happiness is one.
Yep.
Okay. Ooh, dark.
Again,
okay.
We're all over the place. You know,
yep.
We're feeling many emotions here.
Kevin?
Well, I don't know if I intentionally did this, but I went from a George song right into 3 Lennon songs. And now we're going into the McCartney block of my side A. And my song number 5 is probably his best song on this album, Blackbird.
Mm-hmm.
Very good. Very good.
Still tricky for me to play on the acoustic.
I was going to ask you if you learned how to play that.
I still can't play it properly.
I'm not learning that. I'm not going to learn it. Nope. Not going to try. Yep. Very cool. Track 5. So I did Ringo's Don't Pass Me By. And for me, track 6 was the side ender. So it was a pretty big deal. Originally, track 6 is the second last song on the first side. And track 6 originally is the continuing story of Bungalow Bill, Lennon with Yoko Ono. This was a tough call for me, but that got cut from my track list. I like the song. I like the whimsy of Lennon here, but I had to make a tough call. I cut that. So
cut it.
Yeah, I didn't want to cut it either, but it there was just too many other better songs.
It was, I agree.
So track 6, the final song of side A, I had Guitar Gently Weeps in there. Don't Pass Me By into Guitar Gently Weeps. I thought was perfect. But as I was working the next side, there was even a more perfect spot to put guitar. So I reluctantly had to push it to side B. That's insane. I know it's insane, but reluctantly I had to. And instead I put a song that I was actually going to cut, which was the Revolution, number 1. It did make it, and it does work as a good closer.
All right.
Yeah.
Well,
number 9, number 1.
Number 9 is the weird one, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Avant-garde.
That's the one that's just like noises and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not that. Just one. It's the first one. The slow country version.
Am I frozen?
And
I feel like I'm frozen.
Curtis is frozen. Yeah. It's a good pose, though. Let's all.
There, you got your thumbnail now.
The internet did not like his arrangement of this album for sure. Okay,
Kick him
Kevin,
off.
Let's skip to you for a second. So,
okay.
Track
we're
number
on
6.
6. Okay, well, I kept the Oblada on there.
Is this the end of your side too, or?
It should be, but it's not, because I could not get this down to 12 songs. I did not get it down to 12 songs. I got 14 songs. So my side A is 7 songs long. It was too impossible. Like I was moving stuff around, and there's just no way I could do it. So my number 6, yeah, Obladi, Oblada.
Did I just hear?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
You
14
have
songs.
14 tracks.
14 tracks. Yeah.
Both of you.
Give me an F. I don't care.
We don't know what I did yet.
Unbelievable.
I could not cut. I tried. I even look at, like, there's just nothing here I could cut.
It's tough.
I cut her down. All right. Can I do my number 6 now?
Your number 6.
Okay, so my number 6 was the end of side A of my 12-track White album, as per the challenge. And I came in like a lion with back in the USSR. Wanted to kind of go out like a lamb, you know. I want to like subvert your expectations, not end on a high note, end on a little somber thing. So I went with Blackbird. That's how I'm going to end.
There's no arguing with that.
Yeah, that was good. And I wanted to mention, you will not find Revolution 1 or 9 on my album, because I don't like the version they have on the White album. I prefer the single version better. And that, like, because it was released as a single, I was like, well, cut Revolution.
Yeah, I nearly did. I'm with you on that.
Yeah.
Although if we give you some leeway and have an extra track, you can.
You know what? Maybe I'll only have 13 songs on my list then. That's actually a good idea.
It's too late.
Nope.
Do it, Kevin.
Gone.
Yes. Getting closer.
Cut. 13 songs, just like that.
Edited on the fly.
Because I assume the Revolution single was gonna come out no matter what. So I'll let it be like their, you know, Hey Jude and all those things. Like, it came out. We don't need it on the album.
I do like the acoustic version though of the song.
It's great to have both.
Yeah.
Like I said,
that can be released on like a rarities album later on. Like, it doesn't have to be on the White album.
Yeah, this White album seems to be like how they put out reissues now, where they just throw everything in the album.
Yeah, they did it first, like everything.
Okay, so we're over to side B for me, track number 7. On the original, they finished side A with "While My Guitar Gently Weeps," George Harrison. No, sorry, that was second. They had 2 more tracks to go. They did "While My Guitar," track 7, and track 8, "Happiness Is a Warm Gun." 8 tracks on the first side. So for me, starting off side B, track 7, you just hear that acoustic doom 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 leads the viewer. What are we going to hear? This is pretty cool. There's a weird accent. Oh, I'm loving the storytelling. I'm drawn into a story. Rocky Raccoon kicks off side B for me. I like it. Whimsy. We had to cut one whimsy. Bungalow Bill left the other one. Rocky Raccoon. Go ahead, Kevin.
Okay, well, we're still on my side A, and we're still in the Paul McCartney block. And I actually went back and forth with this song. Originally, I thought I was going to cut it when I saw the title, and then I actually sat and really listened to the song. I'm like, I can't cut this. So I went with to finish off side A. I went with Mother Nature's Son. But it's always a song that I never really listened to. You know, like when it comes on, like I kind of like, that's the part where I tone out, because it's a mellow song, and I'm a rock guy. I'm into like the rock music, and it just kind of. But I really sat and listened to it. I'm like, you know what? This is really good. I can't cut it.
I'm the same. I thought that would be a cut for sure, but it did not.
Yeah,
for me.
It was cut for me.
Curtis, you monster.
I'm a monster.
You didn't listen to it again.
Yeah, you didn't listen to it. Really sit. Maybe like get off the Spotify and like while you're doing everything else, just sit and listen to the music.
No, I understand. I'm telling you, I'm done listening to the White Album. I listened to the White Album so many times, like I can't even begin to describe. It's insane. But there are no wrong answers. This is all fun, and I like doing it. That being said, Kevin, why don't you give us your side A, just so we're all kind of keeping at the same thing.
Okay, my eighth song. So the start of side B. Yeah. I just get the silliness out of the way. I went with Why Don't We Do It in the Road.
I like that one.
See, and I wanted to put it there for like the party people, because like that's a song that they could just throw on and just have like like they don't have to mess around and try to find the whole on the album. They can just like right on side B.
It's a good starter.
Yeah.
That's a good one. That was one of the ones I ended up cutting. But
oh my goodness.
It was a tough one because that's like, it was balancing out the Paul and John and stuff. And it was one of the ones I had to, but I do love that track. That's a really,
I cut it too, by the way.
Yeah.
My goodness. You guys are ruthless.
Side B for me was actually, I think, more fun to put together than side A. Side A felt like I went with a lot of the bigger, more well-known tracks, and side B is where I really started having fun with the lesser, the album tracks and stuff. And one that in all my listens that I kept coming back to, and like it was on the chopping block a lot, but I was like, I love this song too much. It's just, I don't know, I'm digging it. So I made it track 7, I guess, on side B is the first one. Is I'm So Tired. I'm so tired. I don't know. I love it's a slow start, and I did that on purpose. I'm kind of like, where side A came in like a lion, out like a lamb. Side B, we're coming in like a lamb, and hopefully going out like a lion. That's kind of the what I'm going for. So we started.
I hear that.
So tired, but it kind of builds up. It's got a good, nice build. I like it.
Yeah, I was saving that one too, but did not have room for that one.
Yeah, I cut it too. Yeah, that one kind of felt a little demo-y to me. Like there was, it doesn't feel finished. It feels like there's the parts don't mesh together as well as they should.
Kevin, is Curtis still staticky when he talks to you? Yeah.
You're kidding. I'm staticky?
Yeah, I don't know if you can go in and out again. Nice and quick. What?
He's on an iPad or something?
He's on an iPad.
There you go. Apple.
Yeah. Camera's great, but nothing else works.
Let me pay $1,000 more dollars for a product that's lesser quality. Apple.
It's quick coming back.
Say something. Let's hear it.
Oh, am I staticky?
You sound good now.
Now he's good.
Yes. Good.
Hold on for a little bit longer here. Okay, so we are on to track 8 for me. 8 originally, like I said, was Happiness is a Warm Gun, still on side A. I guess there's no point really referencing. We're getting too far away from the original.
But it's good to know. It's good to know what else was coming up.
Okay, so they kicked off the next side with Martha, My Dear. That would have been their first track on side B. Of course, I said I started with Rocky Raccoon. It's fun, and it goes into some heavy Savoy truffle. Get some Harrison in there to kick in the balls. Tell you this is what music is like. Got some real guitar work there going on. So I like that transition. Savoy Truffle for me, track 2 or track 8 on side B. Kevin?
Okay, well, I went with a different ball kicker. I went with John Lennon's ballsiest kicking song on the album, and I went with Your Blues.
Ooh.
I've always loved that big riff in that song.
Yeah, yours is definitely more rocky.
That's my go-to, the rock stuff.
That was one I ended up cutting, but that was one that was like almost one,
Ooh, yeah.
My track 8 was so we did I'm So Tired. Now we're following it up with you can't have, especially there are so few opportunities to have a Ringo track on an album. I had to have it on there somewhere, and I decided to, after I'm So Tired, bring it back up a little bit with Don't Pass Me By. I do. It's such a weird song. I feel like we're at like a carnival when I listen to that. It's such a weird, bouncy song, but I couldn't not. It was only because I had to have Ringo on there somewhere.
Yes.
It's like you got to have all four. I was like too sentimental about it. Like, So that's where Ringo landed. But I do like it. It is a bumpy. It's fun. It's not not their best song, but that's why it's track 2 on side B.
I cut it.
Oh,
sorry,
heartless.
Ringo. Goodbye.
No Ringo.
Get him to sing a better song. Want him on the album.
Well, I didn't have Octopus's Garden.
It's a better song. Yellow Submarine's a better song.
Yeah.
Okay, so again, started off the side with Rocky Raccoon. There's some ballsy Savoy Truffle, and track number 9 for me was Helter Skelter. Kept the fury going with some Helter Skelter. We're keeping it going. Where are we at? They started side 2 with Martha My Dear and I'm So Tired and Blackbird, just to keep you honest what they did. So I did Rocky Raccoon, Savoy Truffle, Helter Skelter at 9. Kevin, what's your number 9?
My it's actually my number 10, because remember I went twice.
Yeah, it's 7. Yeah.
I'm curious if any of you guys chose to keep I Will on your album. So I'm the only one that was the only one.
I will not.
Oh, wow. Okay. Again, this was a song that I was confident that was going to be cut, but when I sat and listened to it, I'm like, I will keep this song on here. I could not cut it. So there you go.
That's a good one. It's is that Paul, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. It's just Paul's got so many lovey-dovey songs, and that's another lovey-dovey Paul song. It's good. But,
Yeah.
All right. Well, my track 9. So we had Ringo. I'm bringing it back. This one turns out was my most listened to song of the Beatles, which was my number 1 artist on Spotify of the year, and that is Sexy Sadie. Sexy Sadie. I like that one. So that got my my third track, or track 9 on side B.
It's a good side B. I couldn't keep it myself.
Me neither.
Missing out.
Yes.
My side B is kicking ass so badly. Like, I mean that in a good way. Like your CD player, record player is melting. Yeah. Side A was this, just got you feeling warm and wonderful. And then side B is just punching you hardcore in the balls, just going at it. Like I said, started with Rocky Raccoon, Savoy Truffle, Helter Skelter. And if you recall, Helter Skelter ends with him screaming, I got blisters on my fingers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right? It's that hardcore. Imagine he's screaming that, and that's when you hear the piano intro of While My Guitar Gently Weeps. Imagine it. Are you imagining it? How perfect that is?
Right there.
It's wonderful. That's why after Helter Skelter, I had to pull Guitar Gently Weeps from side A and bring it into side B at that slot. I had no choice. It just works so perfectly together. And so that's my number 10.
Meanwhile, if you listen to my version, you'd be 46 minutes ahead of the game. You've already heard it. You don't need to wait.
It had no magic.
To listen to it on Bill's.
Had no magic.
Let's get right to it. Hey, starting track is pretty magical, I would say.
That's true.
My next track is Rocky Raccoon. Went right from Paul into John. This is very now we're going flipping and flopping between Paul and John.
Rocky
And,
Raccoon?
Yeah, Rocky
That's
Raccoon's
McCartney.
Oh, you're right. You know, I always assume that's a Lennon song because it starts off like a very Lennon kind of track, but then it gets into a very Paul. Okay, we're in Paul territory then. Never mind. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Rocky Raccoon did not make the cut on.
Come on.
On mine. I know. Sorry. It was one of those, middle ones for me.
Can't have fun with Curtis.
But no, we can't have fun. Except for right now, we can have fun. Because on my side B, we started off a little slow. I'm so tired. We brought it up a little bit with Don't Pass Me By. But then we got a little bit back into the slower stuff with Sexy Sadie. But now, all right, we're getting to the end of this album. It's time to ratchet things back up. And so my track 10 is Everybody's Got Something to Hide, except for me and my monkey.
Very nice.
Good. It just gets it right back up. Good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And this is where we've entered the ball kicking phase of my.
Okay. I think I cut Monkey. Yeah.
It's a good one.
Yeah.
Didn't make it. Just to recap what the original track list was. Side 2, Martha My Dear, I'm So Tired, Blackbird, Piggies.
No one had Piggies, right?
Rocky Raccoon, Don't Pass Me By, Why Don't We Do It in the Road? That got cut by me as well.
And
I Will got cut, and Julia ends that song.
Yeah, Julia was a tough one to cut for
that got
me.
cut by me as well.
Julia, I think Julia was the one that was between that and Sexy Sadie, but I think it was that one. But I don't know. It just seems too simple.
Yeah. Not finished.
Julia.
Yeah.
Cameo.
All right. So as you recall, everyone's balls are thoroughly mashed in on my side B. Rocky Raccoon, Savoy, Helter Skelter, Blisters on My Fingers, doom, 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 Guitar Gently Weeps. Everyone is like, what just happened? So we got to just bring him back, like not hit him again, just nice and easy. Mother Nature's Son comes in right there. You rest in your mother's bosom and come back with side B. Track 11, Mother Nature's Son.
Wow.
Well, for me, after Rocky Raccoon and the whole vaudevillian ending of that track, I wanted to go right back into the rock, punch everyone in the face with the Helter and the Skelter right there.
Rocky Raccoon to Helter.
Yep.
Yeah.
Do boop, and then you just yes, that's the way you want to do it, man.
Yeah. Okay, I like it.
All right. Well, my track 11, again, we're ratcheting things back up. We're getting to the end. This is going to be good. Keeping the energy up. I went with Savoy Truffle.
Wow.
Which, that one, I don't know. I love that. That was a good George track. And
yeah.
It's
great
fun.
Tone.
Yeah.
I cut it. It was tough. That was a tough one for me to cut.
I thought you would especially love the guitar tone.
I love that song, but it just these other ones were just they spoke to me this time around. I Will spoke to me more than the Truffle.
It's the way it goes sometimes.
Yeah.
God. Yeah, I don't know. I'm still struggling to put I Will in my head and remember it.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
You will not remember it.
Yeah, I guess. So on the original album, we move into the second album. Side 3 starts with Birthday, Your Blues, Mother Nature's Son. Everyone's got something to hide, except for me, my monkey, Sexy Sadie. Helter Skelter ends with Long, 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 a Harrison song, also cut by me.
Yeah, cut Long, Long, Long.
I did cut Birthday too.
Yeah, I cut Birthday.
Oh, yeah. Birthday is just... is it okay to cut a song because it's overplayed?
I mean, it's a decent song, but it feels so out of place on the White Album. That feels like that's like a fan club single.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You know,
They would play that song every day at my high school during the morning announcements to announce people's birthdays. They would never mix it up with another birthday song. It was always the Beatles' birthday. It ruined the song. It ruined it for me.
Yeah.
Okay, so with my side B, remember we brought everyone back into the loving arms of their mother, nature's son, and we're getting close to the end. Still 2 tracks, maybe something that still we got lots to talk about still. But we got to get Your Blues in there. We got to wake them up again, shake them out of mother's bosom with Your Blues, track 12 for me. Still the closing track to come for me, by the way. Okay, Kevin.
Well, I'm on my closing track, my track number 13. Somehow I got bullied
short.
into.
It's a short
How
album.
did that happen?
You bullied me into doing 2 in a row. You said you gotta do 2 in a row.
I was trying to do that so we would all be the same.
Oh, we're not the same. I'm on my last song right now.
I'm doing my last song, so
okay.
And then Bill, you only got one left, right?
We'll talk.
All right.
So my last song, ironically, I chose it as my last song for the reasons why I think Curtis said he chose it as an early song, and that is Glass Onion. And I chose, or you cut it, or I can't remember.
I cut Glass.
I started with it.
It was okay. So there was Bill, who said like it was like it was a little bit of like the Beatles story and stuff like that. And I thought that's a really personal way to end the album. So that's why I chose
I like that too.
to close it up.
Nice. Well, we are at the end of my album as well, because I am the only one that did 12 tracks, as was the challenge. And like I said, we started side B a little bit slower. We're ratcheting up. Everybody's got something to hide, a little Savoy truffle. Now we're going out with the bang, much like the beginning of the album. I loved how it, the airplane back in the USSR, perfect beginning. And I can't believe they didn't do this on the actual White album. But to me, the last track, hands down, Helter Skelter. Partly because of that very last line, I've got blisters on my fingers. It's the perfect last line to the album. It's it. It's like, I've been playing, we've been rocking. I'm done. I can play no more. My fingers are shredded.
Well,
so that's where we go out.
Well, I think it's Ringo that says it.
Oh, well, whoever's
he's got blisters on his fingers from drumming.
Yeah, either way, it works.
Okay.
That's such a great last line.
It's true. Yeah. But the listeners are like, I just wish there was something else, just to like the mint at the at the end of your dinner, just to know everything is done, the cup of tea, to savor everything, the liqueur at the end of the meal, just to savor everything and let everything rest. So for my last track 13 was Cry Baby Cry. It just seemed like perfect ending song. Is such a nice melody, very calm. Cry Baby Cry. It just seemed to work perfectly. And then it's fucking weirdest thing. If you let it play,
you got a hidden track.
There's a hidden track on there.
Come on.
You can't believe it. There's a hidden track.
You can't hide a track on vinyl.
I don't know how they do it, but they did. Happiness is a Warm Gun is such a perfect hidden track. It's magical.
Incredible.
I win. Thank you. I appreciate it.
The Cry Baby Cry, that was the one that I think I was going back and forth with. I'm So Tired. It was going to be one of those, and I'm So Tired one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And we didn't establish what was everyone's approach to it. Like, was it just like the way you wanted to hear it, or did you try anything? Like, for instance, I did try. I debated doing the Guns N' Roses thing, where you had like rocking songs on one side, and then the other side would be the mellower love songs, kind of thing. But it didn't work out, so I just ended up going with this.
Well, like I said, it was a bit of an accordion thing for me. It was kind of like start out rocking, go into kind of the softer stuff, start with the softer stuff, and then end with the rocking.
The rock.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I just kind of listen to everything, and then what's my cuts? Let's make this easier as much as I could, and then just cut. Kind of like forming a team. And then I could see what I had left, and then started moving stuff around. And I really dig how songs transition together. So that was really important to me, how things fade out and come back in. That's really important.
I tried to stay away from that because the way I looked at it is if the album was designed this way, you wouldn't have those transitions, right?
Mm-hmm.
So to me, like, you just ignore the transitions and go with like a different thing.
Whatever
I tried
works.
to also have some semblance of like transitions going, nice stuff, but for me it was about I kind of did Bill's thing too, where I just made these are the cuts easy right away, right off.
Yeah, I did the same. Yeah,
and you kind of pare it down, and then you start moving stuff around and seeing what feels right. And yeah, it was just all a feel thing for me. And you'd kind of put stuff here and put stuff there,
Well, the other thing I debated too was again, like there's just songs on the White Album that I am just tired of, and I had to try to think of like, am I cutting this because I am tired of it, or is it really a good song that deserves to be on the album? But then at the end of it, I just went with, look, I can't listen to Birthday anymore. And Back in the USSR, just, I don't know, I'm just tired of those songs, so as much as I'm not sure if like it was 1968 and I was putting this together and I was hearing the songs for the first time, I'd probably have a different list,
Right.
Yep. Well, they finished off side 4. It started with Revolution 1, then Honey Pie, which I cut, then Savoy Truffle, Harrison, Cry Baby Cry, and then Revolution 9 goes on for a hearty 8 minutes and 15 seconds.
The worst track.
Into Good Night by Ringo Starr. No one put Good Night in
Oh,
there.
yeah. See that song's so buried down there, too.
Yeah. No one gets past.
No.
Listen, I was only going to do one Ringo, and it was Don't Pass Me By was the better one.
I hear you. That's the White Album. Recut. Curtis will be putting all of our lists together on Spotify and getting that out to everyone somehow. I nominate him.
Good job, Curtis.
You wrote that down as we were saying them, Bill, right?
Oh.
So I could do that easily? Or
Derek, can you go back and
Derek would watch the
We
show?
all have our lists written here. I don't think we need
Oh,
to
yeah.
go
do
through
that.
the whole thing. I'll just send you my list. I could do my own Spotify list that nobody will listen to, Curtis.
There, Curtis, do a screenshot right there.
There you go. Yeah.
See how guitar got scratched out there? And
I see it. I figured you were telling the truth.
I mean, who would make up such a story?
Hey, okay, we don't got a lot of time left. We got some more stuff to show.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah, I got that one
mark.
big thing still to show that, I named this title.
I don't think you're allowed to show that on this. This is a family show.
All right, Bill, you got one big thing. Let me blow through my stuff really quick. Can I do that? Oh, by the way, we are now screening RoboCop 2.
Ooh.
Should we be screening rated R movies?
I didn't think about that.
Is RoboCop 2 rated R?
It is rated R, yeah.
Violence. Yeah, great.
It's, I'm kind of blocking in.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's do some albums really quick. There's the music portion. Picked up Steel Wheels.
Guy, you're still needing Stones albums?
for a hearty $9.98.
Nice.
Yeah. This is the reissue one, which I'm fine with that. But yeah, there's still plenty of Stones I need. But this is a great album, by the way. Yeah, really, really good.
When that album came out, there was a kid on my bus that was just infatuated with that album. He listened to it every day on his Walkman on the bus.
Yeah.
Like for the entire school year. He did not.
It's a good
break.
one. In fact, it has one of my favorite actually two of my favorite Keith Richards songs, which is Can't Be Seen and Slipping Away. Great Keith Richards tracks on these ones. See, this is when they were coming back after all their fighting. And I've said before, I believe it's because Mick Jagger's solo career was not so hot. And Keith Richards was like, Mick was seeing Keith Richards like killing it, you know, with the expensive winos. And like, I think Keith Richards' solo stuff is way better than Mick Jagger's. And I think Mick was like, oh crap, this is going in the wrong direction. Like, hey, let's get together again and make another album. and I feel like Richards already had these kind of locked and loaded, and he's like, all right, we'll throw them on the new album.
Well, in the 80s, all the anytime the band broke up, the singer always, for the most part, would be like the bigger act. Like David Lee Roth was out doing Van Halen, Ozzy was out doing Black Sabbath, you know, so that was definitely the trend at the time. And for the Rolling Stones to reverse that was, something else.
Pick this up. This is a big this is a favorite of ours on the show. Picked up the new album by Khruangbin.
Oh, I don't even have that.
I've never seen that.
Oh my goodness.
This is their new album, Ali.
Oh, I better get on Bandcamp right now.
So this is kind of a collab album. It is one of their like official albums. It's not an EP. But it's a collab with this artist. What's his name? It's I'm just gonna show you. I don't even know how to say it. See that?
Victor Farkas.
Yeah. He's dubbed the African John Lee Hooker, if that helps. So it's
wow.
So he comes on the
track. I love John Lee Hooker.
Yeah, it's a great album. It's really good. You know, it's more Khruangbin. Here's the inside. Check this out.
Oh my goodness. I'm so jealous.
Wow.
Yeah. So
are you saying so this leans a little bit more bluesy than what were you saying? Dulcet tones of Khruangbin?
It's definitely got a different sound, but I feel like all their albums kind of have like a slightly different sound and tone to them. I guess it would be, I don't know. I got to give it another spin. It's still, you know, it's not just like a one and done sort of thing. You got to absorb these albums over multiple sittings, I feel. But really good. And I love everything. There's a record store that is really close to my work, and I've kind of become buddies with the guys that run it, and so I'm starting to get a little like first dibs action over there, which is awesome. And then the last album I picked up, I was really excited for this. It's a big anniversary edition with this is a double LP with a bunch of live cuts and remixes and stuff that have never been released. This is the very first time I have pre-ordered a vinyl. I pre-ordered it to make sure I was one of the few that were lucky enough to get it right away. And that is the Spice Girls.
Oh my
Spice
goodness!
World,
what is wrong with you?
25th anniversary.
That's just for a gift, right? For somebody.
Now,
I was noting earlier he has Spice Movie in the
I thought it was
background.
ironic. I thought he was being ironic.
Yeah,
there's Spice World, right? And then there's the Spice Girls official 1 hour of girl power, Volume 1.
Volume 1.
Yeah. No, I am kind of secretly
it's out there now. It's no secret.
Big Spice Girls fan.
Yeah.
But so you got the regular tracks, right? And then you got all these live cuts, which
you need those.
If I'm being honest, Spice Girls live.
No. Are you saying they were doctored up in the studio?
And then the remixes. But
made in Germany.
I see. This is their second album, right? This is Spice World. I think this is the better album of their 3 albums. This is the best one. This is the one to own. This has Spice Up Your Life, Stop, Too Much, Saturday Night Divas, Do It, Viva Forever. It's all good. It's all good stuff.
Keep naming songs I've never heard of.
You heard that first one, Spice Up Your Life. God, that was
Yeah.
all over Much Music every
Listen.
day.
What is Spice Up Your Life?
Spice Up Your Life.
Spice up your life.
Blah, 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 blah.
Oh,
Spice Up
that's
Your Life.
People of
You're
the world,
right.
Spice up your life. Every boy and every girl. Okay. Then I went over to London, right? We could keep talking about the Spice Girls, but I'm trying to blow through this stuff. Went over to London and went to my favorite shop, Wanted Music, which I've shown a store trailer here before. They always got fun stuff for me there. I didn't pick up any vinyl because traveling with vinyl is really tough, and unless it's something that is absolutely hard to find, you know, I'm not going to get vinyl just because I'm worried it's going to get damaged in travel. But they had one Blu-ray set that I was pretty excited about. This one, surprisingly, was a Region 1 Blu-ray. So somehow it had migrated from the States over to the UK, and now it came home with me, back to its rightful home. And that is the Stone Cold Steve Austin, bottom line on the most popular superstar of all time. Look at that, £6. That's a deal, baby.
3-disc set.
3-disc set on Blu-ray, dude. Blu-ray. This has some of Stone Cold's best matches. Look at that. Just £6. Come on.
What is £6 in Canadian? Is that like $80 or something?
Well, £6 American is probably like $7.
Wow.
Okay.
They're
$7,
that low?
$8, something like that. So that's a deal. And then they always have a ton of cassettes, and it almost never changes. I've just been slowly mining from the same pool that's always there, but there's so many of them that I'm always digging, and I'm finding new stuff that's fun or whatever. And so this is what I got from the cassettes. I got Prince, the Hits 1. I'm not a big Prince guy, so this is an artist that I don't mind just getting like a greatest hits, and like I'm good with it because I'm not a huge Prince guy.
Is it Prince Hits 1 because he only had one hit?
This guy.
I just wish he'd play the guitar more. He's such a master on guitar.
Got Blood on the Dance Floor, History in the Mix. So this is a weird Michael Jackson, album. It's from 97 or 98, something like that. There's like 5 original tracks, and then it's all remixes from history. But it's just such a weird release. I'd never seen it before. I thought, what was it, like £2-3, something like that. I was like, I'll give it a whirl. But I have yet to listen to this, so I can't really say much more about it. Garth Brooks, Sevens, huh? My boy.
Seven.
My boy GB, as I like to call him.
Is there 7 tracks?
No, it's just this is a good one though. This has got Long Neck Bottle, 2 Pina Coladas.
Well, I like Stubbies.
It's a good one. It's a good one.
It's all about drinks.
Let me have that. Kevin's favorite album,
No.
Permanent Vacation.
That's where they went downhill, right there.
Ah, come on.
Yeah.
Come on. You don't like their you don't like Pump or
I like a lot of the album tracks on there, but if I never have to hear Dude Looks Like a Lady or I'm Loving an Elevator or all those shitty songs, if I never had to hear them ever again, I'd be fine.
even Ragdoll? You don't like Ragdoll?
Oh, God. I'm so sick of that song. Never need to hear it again.
Tell me how you really feel, Kevin.
I just did.
He doesn't like songs that are played anywhere.
Yeah, that's true. I got Rolling Stones Flashpoint, which is a live album. It's a weird live album, but it's got a couple like original tracks on it as well. It's from the Steel Wheels era. But
I like that cover. That's a cool looking.
Again,
I'd put that on a t-shirt. That looks cool.
And then this I was pretty excited about. I'm like really getting into these guys, and I've been going through a lot of their stuff lately. But Pulp, different class. You're probably familiar with Common People. That's like their big
Oh, okay.
Common People.
Shatner's version, of course.
Shatner's version, yeah. Shatner did a version of it. Pulp, great stuff. They're from like the 80s and 90s, I think, is their kind of heyday. But this is one of their bigger. This is probably their biggest album. Really, have you listened to it? Are you familiar with this, Kevin? You're looking like you don't know.
No, I don't know it. If I heard that song, I know that song. But
I would love. They're like a very English sounding band, but you should give this.
Sarah probably. Sarah might actually have some of theirs. That sounds like something she'd be into.
I would love to hear your thoughts on this. This would be fun.
Well, I'll listen to it and I'll report.
So that's all I got in London. I got two more things. I forgot to show this before. This was I got at Whammy Analog as well. It was just a weird thing that I picked up because you'll see why. It's McDonald's Country Hits Volume 1.
Country.
I mean, what? Like McDonald's, apparently there's 3 of these, I found out. I did a little research afterwards. Paid 3 smackaroonies. And it's got, it's all from like right around 1990. That's all of the artists are right around 1990. But Brooks and Dunn, Alan Jackson, Diamond Rio, Sawyer Brown, Tanya Tucker. If that's your jam. I listened to this today. It's pretty good. And then the last thing I got. So I would have talked about this back in October, but in October every year I have been doing Tales from the Cryptathon, right?
Mm-hmm.
For every day I watch an episode of Tales from the Crypt for 31 days. I do a little mini review on my Instagram and put it out into the world. And so I've done it for 2 years now. So we've gone through 62 episodes. Next year, I will go through the final 31 episodes of the TV show, but I have my plan for the Tales from the Cryptathon is for 6 years, not 3. So I have 3 more years planned after next year, and I'm doing a little spoiler here showing this, but it's okay. I don't think there's a lot of bleed over with my Instagram followers and the collectors watchers. But did you guys ever hear about Seeing Eye Theater? So there's Tales from the Crypt Seeing Eye Theater, which is like radio plays, basically. And they did 8 episodes of these. And they got, Tim Curry, Luke Perry, Albert, they got famous people in them. And they're
John
basically
Ritter.
like half-hour radio plays.
Wow.
And 7
Who
of
aired
them,
that?
7 of them are on this set. This is like the only set they released. One of them, for whatever reason, they decided not to release on the CD. You can find it on like YouTube and stuff, but it's not on this set. So in one of my years of the Tales from the Cryptathon, we'll be going through all the episodes of Seeing Ear Theater.
That's pretty neat. Boils and ghouls.
This, by the way, this was the last, when I found out about this was the last one I found on eBay that was like all complete, wasn't missing a disc or something. So I immediately like bought it because I had a little FOMO, like heart attack, that I was gonna not be able to get it again. And so that's it. That's it. Bill, the floor is yours.
Whew. That was good. You gotta leave stuff for the next episode,
Dude, no. When's the next episode gonna be? 2024?
Well, we just got to get it together. Come on. Kevin, you okay if I skip over you here? Or you
I just got 3 things that I could show. I actually grabbed all my music pop figures. I was going to show those, but we're running out of time. So I'll just show my Black Friday purchases. There really wasn't much Black Friday, Cyber Monday stuff, so I just had to get the old evening shade here.
What is that? I don't even know.
You don't have to do that.
You got Burt Reynolds. You got Mary Lou Henner.
Okay.
You got this guy. You got Hal Holbrook.
Oh yeah.
Come on.
That's
This is
the
a
guy.
TV show?
Yeah.
It
was good. You know, have you ever watched Mad Men?
He's not good.
You know Mad
Yeah.
Men? Do you watch it?
Love it. Yeah.
You know the guy with the beard that was dating Elizabeth Moss towards the end? He was a younger guy.
Okay.
Well, that's him here as a child actor right there.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Wow.
That's Lana from
Well, that's you.
Three's Company.
I'm sold.
Yeah.
I'm sold. I want to watch that now just to see that again.
So I grabbed that and then got myself the old original Twilight Zone
Ooh,
complete series.
nice. Look at that. Open that up. What's that look like on the inside?
Well, it's those cheap, the discs start falling out as soon as you open it. So I'll like that kind of crap.
Oh,
Yeah.
They're in trays at least. You prefer like the stacked on top of each other one?
No, I hate that too. There was actually a Three Stooges set that I almost bought for $30. It was every short they did from 1930s to the 50s or the end of the 50s, but it was like a cake. It was just they were all the DVDs were a cake.
That.
And I
Hate that.
You know what? Screw it. But with this, like I take all the discs out and put them in a folder when we watch it because it's such a pain in the ass to take a minute out of this stupid thing. But couldn't beat the price for 156 episodes. It was $50. So what's that? Like 1/3 of $1 for every episode.
That's a pretty good deal.
Yeah. So one last thing. Somebody on Twitter alerted me to this product, and I said I looked it up. It was a Walmart exclusive. I said, well, if I go into Walmart and I see it, I'll get it, but I'm not going to go crazy and try to if I don't get it, I'll be fine. But it turns out that it was a great thing for me to actually go to Walmart when I went there and find it, because I'm getting reports now that they have a whole series of these Funko Pop things at Walmart, and every single one of them is there except for the one that's sold out everywhere, and I did get one, is the whole big AC/DC monster set. AC/DC.
I remember when you said you would not fall for this Funko business.
Well, look, I got a Phil Rudd Funko Pop. I mean, come on. Who out there can say they got a Phil Rudd Funko Pop?
Brian Johnson.
Yep.
Hat.
You got Brian Johnson, Malcolm. Oh, sorry, that's Cliff. Malcolm, Cliff Williams, and Angus. Without
no
shirt.
Bond. No Bond.
No, they went with the 80s era, which that's probably more known.
Yeah.
It'd be nice if they came out with another set with Bond, but I don't know if I really want to spend the money on it. This thing's big too. Like I got a whole AC/DC shelf, and the amount of real estate this thing takes up is not fun.
Yeah. Holy.
But
hey, you don't want to mention who tipped you off to that for sure.
No. Come on, I'll go right to his head if it isn't already.
Not needed.
Anyways, yeah. There you go. Those are my pickups.
Beauty.
All right, and that's it, everybody. We'll see you later.
And done. Woo! It's getting on. I hate to. I could hold this stuff, but I might as well. It's got to get put away and dealt with. Anyways, the Third Man Records package, I am not keeping. No guesses what that would be. Oh, open. I got to keep it pristine for selling sakes. They went with Primus this time, and 7-inchers. Primus is fine. I've not got any Primus, but I did listen to the tracks on here. Good stuff. But I just don't collect 7-inchers, so I don't really have a capacity to keep this. So I'm just letting that brew for a while and accrue value, because this is exclusively for Vault members. They're all, different colored vinyl pressings for each of those 7-inchers. If you watch the charity stream, I did show you my my Sony Sports radio headphones. Tune in the radio. That's cool. That's going to my friend Joe. This Third Man Record package just came in. We're going to do an exclusive unboxing of that on this channel at some point, but I'll give you a quick preview of what's in here. This one
you are keeping this one. Yeah.
Me and Kevin and his lovely wife Sarah know about this tour. Jack White's live supply chain issues tour.
Yep.
We saw that.
And we did.
Nice.
Bill made us miss July talk because he completely goofed on the name. But who's opening for him, Bill? Oh, I don't know. June somebody. I think it's some woman named June. Get there. It's July talk.
Whoever that is, and we no way would have made that.
Come on. Even Curtis knows who July talk is.
Oh, do I ever?
Yeah. Look him up. You'll like it.
Here's the big weird thing. Now, this is pretty wild. This is old. Antique. In this wooden box. Check out the craftsmanship on that leather handle.
That lock looks new.
No. Heavy duty lock. Look at the old style keyhole.
Oh, okay.
Then this old label here says what it is.
Yeah, that lock looks new.
This is when the instruments you purchased were good ones, not to fail. So in here is a voltmeter.
Man, that's a big, bulky thing to have to carry around.
Hence the heavy-duty leather handle on there. So, I know. Hold on to your enthusiasm. There would have been an instruction page pinned in here. See the little dewies? Mm-hmm. So there'd be the instruction manual in here. Of course, there'd be probes to, check the voltage of whatever. This sucker is like ages from the 50s, something like that. And I picked it up. Well, one, it was cheap. And two, I've sold like antique meters like this before, and collectors are out there. They do sell it. And I put this on Instagram, and I didn't even realize, but one of the viewers out there keyed me off on what this sticker on here actually means, the AECL and the NRX. Kevin, you know what that means, right?
No.
Curtis, you know what that means, right?
I do, but I want you to tell the audience.
That's right. For the audience, I had no idea. And the guy's like, oh my God, the NRX, that's pretty crazy when that happened, eh? I'm like, oh yeah, totally. To my computer. Figure out what that's about. So I gotta queue up my notes so I don't butcher what everything's called here. The NRX stands for National Research Experimental, and that was the nuclear generator in Chalk River, just near Ottawa. And the AECL is like the Atomic Energy Canadian logistics.
Oh my God, that's terrible. My sister works there. Of course, AECL.
What?
Yeah.
Does she? Okay, what's it stand for? Atomic.
Oh, I don't know what it stands for, but just that's where she says she works all the time. Oh, I didn't even
the Atomic
put that
Energy
together.
of Canada Limited. So
is that thing radioactive, or what? Are you going to get cancer now?
Is that a Geiger counter?
I wish it could be. Let me get to the story, because this was when Canada launched this reactor. It was the world's largest nuclear atomic reactor at the time, and there weren't a lot around. This was late 40s going into the 50s. And then when that company took over the reactor, the AECL took over the reactor in the early 50s, what often happens with nuclear reactors they're not sure about, there was a partial meltdown. Kevin, did you know about Canada had their own nuclear accident in the 50s?
Yeah, I think I read about it at some point, but I'd have to refresh my memory.
I had no idea.
Sounds vaguely familiar.
Yeah, the sucker overheated, partially melted down. There's some gases that leaked, and it took, I guess, a couple years to clean it up. American Marines helped clean it up because they were training in the area. But they got the reactor back up and running, and it ran until the late 80s or the 90s or something. It's still being decommissioned right now. But that was Canada's first big nuclear reactor. And this was in its employ somehow. This was in the building, and they used this to check equipment or something. I think the radiation half-life has worn off, hopefully.
What kind of meter is it? Is it a voltage meter?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I thought that was crazy. That ended up in a thrift store in my town, and I picked it up just because it was an antique meter, and it actually has a relation to Canadian history, atomic wise. So I thought that was kind of neat. I don't know what to do with it. I'm not keeping it, but I don't know how to price it, how to advertise it, or do I see if there's an atomic museum that wants it or something? I don't know. If anyone has any ideas, let me know what I should do with that. Otherwise, that's been the collector's supersized edition for December 2022.
I think we got one more thing to end.
Oh, the trivia. We didn't do the trivia.
Well,
We didn't do the trivia.
That's
So-
right. We did do a show in like October or something because my audio is working.
Yeah.
Remember that? All right.
Okay, here we go. This is going to be whoever says it first, okay?
All right.
That's the point. 80s and 90s trivia. Here we go. Who directed RoboCop?
Paul Verhoeven.
Correct. Kevin gets 1 point.
I'm on a delay.
Uh-huh. Question number 2. Who took home 5 trophies at the 1999 Grammy Awards, the most ever for a woman?
Janet Jackson.
Shania Twain.
Wrong. The answer was
Whitney Houston.
Lauryn Hill.
Oh.
Lauryn Hill. Question number 3. Kevin still leads 1-0. What former Boeing employee and TV personality taught kids about science in the 1990s?
Bill Nye, the science guy.
Ding, ding, ding. Bill gets a point. It's tied.
Threw that out there.
1-1. Question number 4. Who hit a record 6 Grand Slams in one season? Was it Don Mattingly, Sammy Sosa, or Pete Rose?
Sammy.
That'd be my guess too. I really don't know. Pete Rose.
Both are incorrect. It was
Okay.
Don Mattingly.
Damn.
Damn it.
The
The
score
Jays
is-
just hired him as a bench coach, by the way.
The score is 1-1. It comes down to this. Whoever gets this wins the game. What was the name of President Ronald Reagan's outlandish defense system that he proposed in
Star
19-
Wars.
Star Wars.
Oh,
I think I said it first.
No way.
I heard it first.
No way.
I heard it
On
first.
my
I heard
end,
me first.
it was Bill.
Oh, come on.
So I think I'm going to have to give it to Bill. I'm going to have to give it to Bill. Bill wins this round of 80s. and
How
90s.
embarrassing. It's one thing to lose to trivia, but to lose trivia to Bill,
That's,
that Swiss cheese memory.
That is.
that's
That's
rough.
very bad.
Mm.
That's very bad.
All right. Thank you. We'll see you on another Collectors.
By the way, go check out that Cartridge Club stream from last weekend. If you check out the STC Pod section of the stream, I subjected my friend Joe to 90s wrestling trivia. Curtis, you might like that. It'll be funny to see how many he got right.
What? He's a huge fan. Come on.
That's what I thought. That's what I
Wow.
thought.
Wow.
Yeah. So, anyways, well, thanks everyone for joining us. Thanks everyone in the chat. Thanks all the viewers. Thanks to the subscribers. Don't forget to keep liking and subscribing. You know what the next video is going to be? It's going to be an exclusive unboxing of that Jack White vinyl box set, even though I stopped collecting vinyl. So we'll take a look at that. A big thank you to the panel here. Curtis, great seeing you again. Glad you're back in country. And Kevin, who I don't get to see anymore because he moved away. But it's good to see him here.
You'll see me as the same amount of time.
Of course, you can check out Kevin. His Retro Fandango is back on track. Check out that anywhere you get podcasts.
New
And,
episode this Friday coming up.
yeah, it's always during dinner time. You can catch it live on their YouTube. It's during dinner time, though. It's
When
tough.
I can get Richard, that's the time. He's in Japan. What do you want?
Mm-hmm. And go find Curtis's Instagram. He needs the people over there. He wants the. I'm saying you want these people to. You said you wanted the bleed over.
Yes. Next October. Stay tuned.
Wow.
Year 3.
All right. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you next time on the Collectors.
Red alert.
Shields up.